when the question asks is what?
Primary education, also known as elementary education, is the first stage of compulsory education, coming between early childhood education and secondary education. In Lagos, Nigeria, I began a humble search for low-cost primary schools, visiting different local government areas in the state.
Once I saw a little bird. Once I saw a little girl.
At Amago Foundation School, which has been in existence for more than 10 years, school children are seen learning with so much excitement. They could not be bothered about the school environment. Parents who enroll their wards in the school pay between 10,000 and 50,000 naira as school fees. School owner Mobin Ren says many parents can't even pay the school fees. He shares his experience as proprietor of a low-cost primary school.
If we want to go by the standard of schools that can afford what we have, what we are collecting is quite low in terms of what we offer people. But we realize that usually in Nigeria, the cost of education is very high. And if you go to the public school, you see that the people that are highly dominated there are low-income earners who feel, government is there to take the responsibility of school, which is actually true. But we as private school, we are only coming up to complement the effort of the school, of the government, since we know government alone cannot do it all alone. It's good enough to pay tax. But in a school like this that is growing up, myself and others, if there is a way government can reduce the tax to encourage us.
In separate chats with parents, they explain why they choose low-cost private schools for their children. They also narrate to TVC News how these schools have impacted positively on their wards.
I have my children here, my son is here. I've already test his own IQ. Very, very intelligent. Because comparing with all his colleagues at home, who are paying high fee in their school, you know that is very, very low.
My children are doing well because they read and speak well. We want the government and the banks to please assist schools. This school is very affordable.
Private participation in building of schools in Lagos State continues to rise. This bar chart shows the impact of low-cost private schools in the growth of education in various local governments across Lagos State. In an interview with TVC News, this tax lawyer threw light on the allegation of illegal taxation.
There's nothing like illegal tax. All taxes are legal. But you can have approved or not approved. For instance, there are people who collect unapproved levies, whereby the aftermath will not end up in government coffers. Those ones are unapproved. Once a levy is called a tax or a levy, it is deemed legal. The governmental authority would have rolled out its machinery to make a law, a legislation or subsidiary legislation, enabling the state to collect such a tax or levy.
According to research carried out by DPIN in 2011, it states that over 18,000 pupils in Lagos State attend low-cost private education. Accessibility, affordability, and inadequate number of public schools in the state are one of the reasons why parents opt for this. The question posed on so many people's lips is the state government encouraging these low-cost private school owners? Or are we going to leave over 18,000 students out to be on the streets?
Our aim is not to start closing down schools. That's not what the governor has sent us to go and do. However, the governor will not want to compromise anything on safeguarding if safeguarding is not good. I mean, if our children are not safe in the environment, definitely we will not have any option than to close down the school. But at the same time, it does not mean that we're going to condone nonchalant attitude to education, where we've given all the sensitization workshop, where we've given a lot of support, where we see that standard is still not maintained in those schools, we will not have any option than to close down schools.
A research conducted by DPIN in 2010 indicates that private school began in the country in the 1970s, with about 1,000 private schools springing up every year. And also with 1.6 million pupils in Lagos State, the public schools can simply not accommodate all the students who attend these low-cost private primary schools. Sharon Ijasan, TVC News, Lagos.